Okay, hey guys, welcome to our team call tonight. Tracy Jenks and I have a nice little special for you tonight to share some tips on Summit and how to prep and how to take the best advantage of things when you're at Summit. So we've been there for several years so far, and we've got some good experiences, behind our belt. And so take our advice, with to heart, and we share with you things that we're going to be putting into place this year just because it makes it so much easier and more enjoyable, and that's what you want out of your experiences. So before we get started, though, I want to go over the coach updates, and there's one really neat update that you guys are going to want to pay attention to. I did share it on the team page. Now, this is a limited time offer that Beachbody is offering, and quite frankly, I absolutely love it, and I hope that I hope this is kind of like a test run, and they see that it's fantastic and continue to do so. They're going to be offering a new Showcase Challenge Pack, and many moons ago they used to have a Showcase Pack and a Diamond Pack that people could sign up with as a coach, and you guys that have been coaches for a while might remember that. And it was quite an extensive savings, but you ended up with so many programs that just saved you so much money if you were going to be ordering them down the way anyway, or if you're a new coach who's going to be getting started and, you want to hold a fit club and maybe you're the only one in your area and you want to have some good programs in your library, it's going to include our top 3 programs right now. What it is going to include is your 21-day fix program, and all the programs they offer are 30 minutes or less, and people are loving them because it's filling such a need. Focus T25 and P90X3, and don't get scared of P90X3 when you hear it. It doesn't mean that it's a program that you can complete after you've done the regular P90X and P90X2. This is an accelerated program. It's kind of like Express. You get it done in 30 minutes every single day versus an hour to an hour and a half, and it's for a beginner all the way through an advanced athlete because there's a modifier, and there's a modifier in all 3 programs. You're also going to get Shakeology on auto ship with that, and your 30-day free trial membership to the Team Beachbody Club. You're also going to get your business starter kit fee waived as well. And you're also going to receive a Shakeology taste sampler, which includes it's a 4-pack. It's a 4-pack that normally is sold in your online office for $19.95 that your clients are able to take advantage of. There's a vegan option and a regular Shakeology option, and they can purchase that one time to give a few flavors a try. If they're choosing the vegan sampler, they're getting 2 of the vegan strawberry, 2 of the vegan chocolate, and if they're choosing the other regular sampler, they're getting a vanilla, a chocolate, strawberry, and a green berry in there, 1 of each. So it's a really nice way to try them all. You're going to get that in that, your coaches are going to get that in their kit. So they can choose to sell those packets for $5 each, or they can choose to use them themselves to try the other flavors. They're also going to receive 5 Shakeology tote bags, and I think I have one. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to get up and get it. I mean, I knew I had one, it's just a matter of where is it. So it looks like this. And they're actually pretty good size. They're grocery tote bags. They're pretty good size. They're not tiny. So even if you, say you don't grocery shop, you could use it to carry stuff, back and forth to your car if you're going to work or whatever. So they can come in handy. A new coach could use those as prizes for a challenge group. So if you end up with 5, you want to keep 1 for yourself, you've got prizes for the next 4 months in challenge groups already included. You're also going to get some Shakeology welcome guides in a 10-pack, and you're going to get some Team Beachbody product catalogs, which is a 5-pack. So that is starting at the end of the day today. It only is offered until June 30th, just for this month. So this whole entire pack is only $2.95 with $2 shipping for all of that.
Wow.
So you're did you say, oh my God?
I said, wow.
So people are saving over $250 with that, and you're getting the top 3 program. I'm like salivating, I'm like, can I sign up again? Can I have another business center? It's it's just a neat thing. And don't be afraid of the price in sharing that with people, because it you educating people with what packs are available for them to start out with. If they're looking for any one of these 3 programs, you might want to say, hey, you know what? Our company just came out with this really great showcase challenge pack, and it does include the program that you want plus 2 others. Did you want me to share the information with you about that? So that they're educated, so that they're not upset with you when they go, hey, why didn't you tell me about this? But yet you were worried about price. Don't worry about price. People want what they want, and if they're going to be ordering these programs anyway, they'd rather get it and save the money on it now than pay more for it later. So if that helps calm you at all, there you go. Let's see. Super Saturday is right around the corner, you guys. It is the last Saturday in June, so June 28th, and it is the weekend after we all come back from Summit, so you're going to get some really great Summit information, some recaps, there as well, and hear about some experiences that people have had. So if you're looking for one in your area, let me back up. Not if you're looking for one. You need to be at events. If you're a Beachbody coach and you're in this as a business, you need to get to as many events as you possibly can. It's okay if you're not going to Summit this year. They'll be next year. There'll be discount packs available. This coming up in the next week. That you're able to solidify your participation for next year. But also, there's going to be there's challenge group trainings across the United States and Canada. There's also going to be some more Franklin Covey trainings announced at Summit. And Super Saturday is probably one of the most inexpensive events that you can possibly get yourself to. Some are free, some are $5, $10, $20. It just depends on what the coaches have in it into the whole event to try to make it's the best they can for you. A lot of the free ones are at coaches' homes. Don't be afraid of that. Take a look at the interactive map in your online office, or there's a way that you can see where events are based on and grouped together by state. Okay, and how they're organized in the online office, like say if you click on Pennsylvania, you'll see our Erie, PA one first, only because I registered it first out of everybody in Pennsylvania. It's listed in order of when you registered it, which I think is kind of cool, not alphabetical. So I've never been first before. We've never been first before, so I think that's cool. Melanie Metro's after us down in Pittsburgh. But so take a look at that, see if there's one in your area, if there's one in driving distance, and take people with you. Invite other people. Guests are usually free, which is pretty awesome. So they're able to be around that energy and really get a first-hand look of what people of Beachbody are like and what the company is like, and see firsthand for themselves what Beachbody's done for somebody financially and physically by hearing the testimonials that are shared. So get your booty to one and pay it forward and fill your car. I mean, heck, if you're driving, you might as well fill your car, right? It's going to cost you the same to get there whether it's filled or not. So, and usually guests that attend Super Saturday end up coaches on the team, because how could you not? You're around people, you see exactly what it's like, you're hearing firsthand what happens, and usually that person has a physical need to become healthier, or they have a financial need. So, and it fills those. It fills those needs. So number 2, and when you do register, or if you're looking at registering for one, let us know, because we could possibly hook you up with some coaches in the area that we may know or that are on Team on Fire, so that you don't feel kind of like you're walking into this event and not having a connection with somebody that's there if you're not local to your own personal coach. We will help hook you up so that you don't feel that and that you have a little bit more of a comfort level, okay? All right, so this month's challenge packs, you guys, the offer is all about Shaun T. He's got the month of June. His dance party pack that includes hip-hop abs and rockin' bodies, only $140. Normally is $160, so that's an even deeper savings than normal and $20 more, which is phenomenal. So basically, if somebody's ordering Shakeology from you for $10 more, they can get a fitness program. Sorry, 2 with that one. He also has Insanity on promotion, which is a huge savings. Normally $205 plus tax. It's only $160. Okay. Excuse me. Also, for those of you aiming for Success Club, I love how Beachbody hooks us up with some kind of special prize every so often. So this month, if you qualify for Success Club 5, which is 5 points, 2 points for a challenge pack purchase from a new client, and 1 from a Shakeology order on auto ship from a new client. Okay, you get The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I have the audio, absolutely love it, never tire of it. I love audiobooks just because I think I have like a weird brain where I can only read so long, but I could listen forever. So also, if you qualify for Success Club 10, which is 10 points, you'll earn the GoPro from Eric War and also The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So you get both, okay? Let's see, for all of you dads on our team, you can enter the Beachbody Coach Dad contest. And basically what you're doing is you're hashtagging TBB, which stands for Team Beachbody, Coach Dad. You can win a VIP spot at the Coach Summit 2014 Super Workout or a reusable Shakeology cup. So take a look at that. All you would pretty much do is you're going to show in a picture how you help your kids be healthy and happy. You're going to post a healthy habit to social media and hashtag TBB Coach Dad. Okay. All right. And also, if you missed the National Wake Up Call this past Monday, you guys know it's recorded. It's in your online office, and you have access to that anytime you want. I am going to go over and give some shout outs right now. We had some top coaches. We keep track every week of the personal volume that is accumulated, or I'm sorry, team volume that is accumulated on our team of coaches, and we usually recognize the top 15 or 20. It really just kind of depends on how many people tie, how many people are in there. So we love to recognize as many as possible, and number 5 this week is Janice Davla. Number 4 is Jessica Alt. Number 3 is my husband, Dan Bojarski, and I don't know how he does that because he does not work at business. So really that comes from the team, the customer lead program that he is as an Emerald or above coach. So that is super helpful for those of you that have spouses, and as you bring them to Emerald, there will be times you go, how did my spouse end up with Success Club points? They're not even doing any work, over there. It's just part of, one of the perks of the customer lead program. So number 2, Carrie Swain, and number 1 is Sarah Angelina. Congratulations, you guys. And I want to recognize coaches that have Success Club points so far. It is Amanda Sweeney, she has 2. Amara Denlinger, 2. Carissa, I believe it's Cron. If it's Cron, please correct me. She has 1. Tina Dawson, 1. Trisha Cook, 1. Chelsea Hoy from Canada, 2. Michael Hackworth, 4. Melissa Marcy, 1, and Janice Davla's at 4. Way to go, guys. Super awesome stuff. That just shows that you're helping people, getting them connected with some tools that is going to help them. I feel like, oh, here I feel like Wilson staring over the fence. I didn't realize that. That's so funny. Because I couldn't even see this whole thing as I was looking at all my screens. So anyway, congratulations, guys. So Tracy, you guys can see Tracy. She and I want to go over some things about Summit. I can't even believe that we leave next week. Can you?
Oh, yeah. It's coming fast.
It's crazy. So we've got like 6 different points that we want to go over with you. I'm going to cover the first 3. Tracy's going to cover the last 3. And there's probably going to be some, oh my gosh, I forgot about this, or I just thought about that. So if you think of things, Tracy, while I'm talking, go ahead and jot them down, because we'll post this to the file section as well, so that people can even print it out if they want to print it out. But I think that will be helpful. Let me see, where did I go? Here I am. Sent myself an email with Summit Prep. Okay. First starters. Okay, you guys are going to want to have your driver's license with you, okay, which you probably know. But when you go down to Summit registration, they're going to want to see that as well. They want proof of who you are. So it totally stinks if you left it up in your room and you have to go all the way back up to get it. So have your driver's license on you with you for that, if that makes any sense. And how registration works is it's usually based on what your current rank is. So it makes it super easy. Registration is usually pretty fast, especially if you're getting there on Wednesday. Seems like the rush is more on Thursday, but since we are all attending the Team on Fire meeting Thursday morning, we're totally going to miss, the rush of people. So, excuse me, I have like these crazy burps, and I'm not sure where they came from, so I apologize. So we all, when we go to registration, are going to get this awesome packet, little booklet of what the schedule is and who the trainers are and what times the trainings are being offered. So what helps so much is if you actually just take some time to sit down. Even if you're sitting down on the floor, on the carpeted floor, it's actually pretty comfortable. In that I almost said big ass hallway, in that big hallway there, I'm starting to lose my filter, it's getting late. Sit down, plan out what you want to do, during your time there. Really, once it gets started, like Thursday at general session, it's going to probably feel like a whirlwind to you. Probably a lot of that has to do with all the lights and the noises inside the MGM. Like Vegas is like never sleeps, So sit down and map out what you want to do. But know that if you're rooming with someone, you don't necessarily have to go to the trainings that they want to go to. What I recommend, and I'm sure Tracy would do the same thing, is you take a look at the trainings that are offered. You're going to be physically drawn to certain ones because that's where you're at in your business, and that's what you feel is you need for the information that you have for where you're at. So go ahead and circle those. And the neat part about it is, even if your roommates and coaches on your team are not interested in going to the same one you are, that's okay. They're going to go to other ones, based on where they're at in their business, and you guys can always compare notes. The neat part about it too is after Summit is over, Beachbody has the trainings, all of the other trainings available in the online office, so you're able to physically hear and see the other ones that you weren't able to go to. Just based on schedule, you won't be able to make every single one of them. It's designed so that you go to the ones that you're drawn to most. Okay. Every single one of them are going to be good. Every single one of them are going to be good. Just go to the one that you're drawn to. One piece of advice that Tracy thought was so important to add here was, don't treat the workshops like you're in church, where you have to kind of just sit in the back and be quiet. Get yourself right up to the front so that you can soak everything in. I know for me, I need to be closer up front, not because I think that, I should be sitting up front. I get so distracted by other people's chatter, by movement, and the further back I am, the more my brain cannot focus on what's going on, and it just is like I feel like this if I'm back too far, and it's mentally exhausting for me. So I need to be up close so I can really zero in, and I take notes. So you're gonna want to take pen and paper with you, so that even if you have a big one subject notebook, and that is just your Summit 2014 notes, you can go from training to training and use it and have it all in one place. Okay. So most people at the trainings are pretty courteous. Not everyone. I totally sat behind this guy who kept farting last year. I'm not kidding. And he would turn, I remember I was sitting next to Jackie Damp, and he would turn his head like, "Did you smell it?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die." Thankfully, he got up at one point in time when he went to take a poop. I think he had his Shakeology about an hour before that. So anyway, that was my experience, But hey, he took care of the problem. You want to be, in a spot so that you can take it all in. Okay. You're paying a lot of money to be there, and so you want to be able to take it all in. Okay. All right. Now, if you remember anything from this, just remember people are courteous. If they have to poop, they'll get up and go, okay? All right. Now, food, super important, right? Most of us are used to eating about 5 to 6 times a day, and if you're on the fix, you're kind of, regimented according to color-coded containers. Summit can feel totally different and kind of make you feel like you might make you feel a little bit nervous or anxious about food. So let's kind of calm that a little bit. Your time is going to be very limited with Summit. There's some healthy food options, and I hear some place at the MGM actually has Shakeology on their menu now for $12. So definitely take your own, okay? Pack it. And you can pack your big bag of Shakeology. I would include it in an extra Ziploc. So take the actual bag of the Shakeology, put it in an extra Ziploc in case the Ziploc on your bag of Shakeology does come open. So just an extra measure. You can have that as a carry-on. You can pack it. You can have your packets in there as well. If you have supplementation, if you take E&E, R&R, highly recommend taking it. You're probably going to start to feel, just because of the adrenaline rush, a little bit like you're hungover in the mornings. And the E&E helps, or R&R actually helps a lot in the morning. I know for me it kind of helps wake me up. Even though I don't drink a lot, just from the perfumes that are being filtered through the system, the adrenaline rush, the excitement, it's just so helpful, for me. So I definitely, take that with me, and the E&E is going in there as well, because that's nice and helpful and sort of later on in the afternoon. Or if you need it before that morning workout. And if some of you are signed up for the Sagi workout, Body Beast, I think the first one starts at 4:30 in the morning. You're going to want that. Okay. A lot of us, you can make a grocery store trip once you get there. There's a Whole Foods about 3 blocks away from the MGM. There's also a grocery store delivery service called Vons.com, V-O-N-S. That's like V as in Victor. And you want to make sure that you have your order kind of solidified and your time for delivery picked probably sometime this week, because I would say probably no later than Wednesday, because delivery times are going to start to be nil because of everybody that uses the service. There are some organic options in there as well. You can get your almond milk from there. But pack what you can. If you love certain protein bars, or if you love a nut butter, you can pack that in your regular suitcase if it's over 3 ounces. If you're packing under 3 ounces, or you have individual packets of, say, gosh, whose nut butter does that? They have little packets that are like 2 tablespoons each. I can't think of the name, but if you have individual packets, that can go in your carry-on as well. So, but if you want some fruit, you can order in some fruit and all that kind of stuff. Now, Beachbody in the core will have Shakeology. I say Shakeology samples available. They're $5, but it's like a small cup of it. I mean, it's good if you're in a pinch, but definitely take your own. And if you're a person who loves the blender Shakeology, you can pack your own blender if you want to, or you can just shaker cup it for the week. I will be either, I haven't decided yet if I want to just take my big old blender, or if I'm going to shaker cup with the almond milk, the chocolate Shakeology, and the alkaline ice. I really like that in my shake. Haven't decided yet. But you're going to want to bring healthy snacks with you to eat throughout the day. It helps with the amount of time, that you're kind of in general sessions, or maybe you're waiting in line for a trainer pick, and those usually happen over food times. So if you can take a soft cooler with you, and you can even pack some extra Ziploc baggies so that you can fill those Ziploc baggies with ice from the ice machine, and put that to keep your food cold in your little soft cooler. Carry it with you. You'd be surprised the amount of people that will be carrying gallons of water with them. Their food, and some people might even have the Beachbody wheeled coolers that they packed that they're wheeling their food in because they're eating every 2 to 3 hours, and that keeps everything cold. So they're boiled eggs and all that kind of stuff. So don't be shy about that. People are very laid back. This is the most non-judgmental place you'll probably ever be in your whole entire life. So let's see. Also, Tracy says in terms of food, there's many food or snack items that you can pack right into your luggage. If you're trying to save money, it's a great way to do it. Tuna, if you have some canned tuna, just don't forget your can opener unless you're getting the bagged tuna. I think 1 can of tuna is a red for the 21-day fix. So if you can kind of put a menu together in your head of what you want to eat every single day, it'll make it so much easier for you in terms of what you're ordering from Vons and what you're packing with you. Okay? Now, being hydrated is so important. I know it's a dry heat in Vegas, but you definitely want to make sure that you are drinking at least a gallon of water there, because you are definitely going to need it. You'll feel funny if you don't. Okay? let's see, did I do all of mine? I don't know. Schedules, food, core. Okay. There's something called the core at Beachbody Summit, and that's basically, core rhymes with store. It's a Beachbody mall / store. Huge, super cool, with products available for cash and carry. You can also use your credit card. The budget that you have is totally up to you in terms of how much you want to spend or plan for. You are going to want to have your Coach ID on you or know it by heart because you're going to need that to purchase. Neat part about it is if you purchase anything that has a PV associated with it, they connect that to you so that you get that as part of your volume, which is totally fantastic. All of the cashiers there do a phenomenal job. They are people that are hired in. They are not Beachbody employees. Be very, very kind to them. They work very hard. There's this awesome gentleman who works the door. He's older. He's probably retired and does events like this for fun. Just a really, really good guy. And if you go back a couple times, you'll get to know some people. So just smile and be gracious. They're working their very hardest, to do the best that they can for us. Let's see, the trainers are usually in and out of the core, like just walking around. Last year, Chelsea Hoy and I ended up seeing Darren O'Lean and asked him for a picture, and then shortly after we asked him for a picture, a line formed, behind us. So they're walking around. So it's okay to ask them for pictures. It's okay to introduce yourself or share with them something, that you love, or ask them if they have a minute that, can you take a picture? I got a picture with Sagi because I was late to a training one year, and he came around the corner. I had to pick up my jaw off the ground, and I said, is it okay if I get a picture with you? And he's like, of course. He was all excited about it. Like in his Sagi way, like there's so many women. And his trainer was like, okay, we got to go feed the beast now. Like he was ready to, pull him away. But he was, it was when his program was first coming out. The trainers that, like Autumn, oh my gosh, if you see Autumn, like take this as an opportunity to get your picture, because when they're newer, they don't understand what the summit experience is going to be like, so they don't hide yet. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, not kidding. Remember, was it Tracy? The pump guys were totally out at the pool the day after school ended. Oh my God, we totally stalked him and walked by and acted like we were surprised to see him and got pictures. So. Don't be afraid and don't be shy. You're at Summit one time in 2014. You see somebody, you ask them for a picture. You do it, okay? They're so happy to do it. They feel like a freaking celebrity there. They're happy to do it. Okay, Piyo's going to be available for you in the core too. So, yeah, there might be a really long line like there was for T25 before, but if you happen to see somebody in line, I totally did this last year because I was like, there's no way I'm going to get in before they close. I happened to see a Team on Fire coach, and I said, hey, are you guys getting one or two? They're only getting one T25 program. So I said, if you can grab two, you and your husband, they were only letting each coach get one. I said, I'll PayPal you tonight, if you can, that would be great. She did. Totally freaking excited. So if you see somebody in line that don't be afraid to ask them if they can grab a second one if they're allowed to get two. That line might get huge. Huge. Okay? So, okay. Is that you? Okay, I'm all done. Now it's Tracy's turn.
I just want to add one more thing on what you just said about the Piyo. Last year, I decided I wasn't going to wait in line for T25 because I just didn't want to wait in line. I'm like, oh, that sucks, but I'll just get it later. When I went to the core the next day, the cashier asked me, did you get T25 yet? And I'm like, no, that line was too long. He's like, oh, here. And he reached down and pulled one out from underneath the table. They had a whole stack of them. So I was like, oh my gosh, giddy up. So I didn't have to wait in line. So I don't know that they'll do that for Piyo too, but that would be pretty awesome if they do. I'm going to run through these real quick. Trainer pictures, there are photo opportunities that people earned through different contests and stuff, but there are, like Carrie just mentioned, there are times that you can get pictures with the trainers when they're either out walking around, or there might be opportunities that you don't have to like earn or win. You just they have it in the schedule that, you know, Shalene might be outside of the grand ballroom or something at 2 o'clock. Or, you know, it might be at a time that you really would rather be eating lunch, but, like, if you have your little bag with you, then go get in line. I carried around, I brought my push book 2 years ago, and I carried it around in my little backpack, and I was like, oh, I'm so sick of carrying this heavy book around, and I'm never going to see Shalene. And then I ended up getting a picture with her, and she wasn't able to do signings because it just takes a lot longer, but I still got my picture with her, and it was just awesome. But so the lines are long, and they will stop photos. They'll stop the picture taking if they're running out of time. So, you know, that's up to you if you want to make that decision to wait in line or not. They do have a professional photographer doing those, so you don't have to take your own picture. They'll take it, they'll give you a little card, and you go to a website, and you get a free download. So you don't have to worry about if it was a good picture or not. Like, when I had my picture with Shalene, the guy actually, the photographer looked at it on his camera before he walked away to make sure that it was good. So I really appreciated that. I thought that was really cool. And if you're at an event and there's a picture coming up that you want to go to, just get there. You know, don't waste your time because you will be in line a long time. The workouts, those are also first come, first serve, as far as you might, well, not might, you will have to wait in a long line, especially depending on which workout it is. Be ready to have a blast because you're going to push yourself really hard because you're in such a big group. Bring your camera. It's not a big deal to stop in the middle of the workout and take pictures. Like if you're with a buddy, you can take pictures of each other working out or something, and you can still use that on your Facebook as a promotion, like a way to share. And go to the workouts that you haven't done before too. You don't have to be afraid that, you know, you've never done a certain workout. No, not everyone there is going to be an expert at it, and a lot of people are going to look just as goofy as you will because they've never done it either. But it's up to you what kind of experience you want to have. If you want to get up super early and go to every single thing, or if you want to sleep in and just go to one workout a day, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go to no workouts someday, that's okay. It's all what you want to do. Just don't miss the super workout because that's amazing on Saturday. Then there's a bunch of miscellaneous things to know. Number one is bring your cell phone charger with you because the reception's not that great inside the hotel, and if you're on Facebook or social media and you're sharing pictures and stuff, it's going to eat your battery a little quicker. And if you have a few minutes between sessions, or if you don't want to walk all the way back to your room for mealtime, if you brought your food with you, you can find an outlet somewhere in a hallway and just pop a squat next to it and let your phone charge up a little bit. You don't really need to bring your laptop with you down to those. You know, if you do bring your laptop, you can leave that in your room. But you might want to take pictures with your camera or with your phone of the different slides that they'll show, because it's a lot easier sometimes than writing all the notes. But I do take a lot of notes too, because a lot of people learn by doing the paper to the pen. That's how you kind of get it in your brain. So if you think you'll be using your laptop a lot, you know, go ahead and bring it with you on the trip. I don't really recommend lugging it around with you to all the sessions because it is going to be bulky and it's going to be heavy, but you know, you might find a half hour to get some work done on that. That might be a little easier than your phone. If you're wondering about what to wear, you'll see people in everything from workout clothes, either sweaty workout clothes because they worked out that morning and didn't go shower, or they'll be in workout clothes because they're going to go to a workout later. There's people in jeans and t-shirts, all the way to stilettos and dresses. Like, it's crazy. A lot of people, a lot of Beachbody coaches who work at home don't really go out a lot and get dressed up, so they take this as their chance to really get dressed and have a good time. But personally, you'll see me in jeans and a t-shirt, usually a wear and share shirt. And I always take a hoodie with me to the sessions because it does get chilly. They have that air cranked pretty good. But you're crammed in there with so many people that you might get warm, you might get cold, so just bring a layer. And definitely I recommend sneakers. Flip-flops are comfortable for a minute, but we do so much walking that you are going to want the support that sneakers offer. Definitely take time to just relax, and you know, if you are feeling run down, just take a break. You know, there's some downtime, and and you can decide, like, listen to your body, and like Carrie said, drink lots of water, because it's crazy. There are still some rooms close to the MGM that you can get an available room if you aren't able to get into the MGM. Like, there's still people deciding right now that they want to go to Summit, and like Trisha and I, we're at New York on Wednesday night, and then we're over at the MGM the rest of the time. So, there's a lot of nearby places. There's a train that you can ride, and you can get a pass for the duration of Summit. It's pretty inexpensive, and you can go all over Vegas. There's also a bus called the Deuce, and you can get a bus pass for that. They have like a 24-hour pass that'll go up and down the Strip, and there's a whole bunch. There's the Deuce, and then there's also just the regular bus, and they're both just fine. They're not terribly expensive, and they'll go everywhere. Also, you can pretty much walk the whole way down the Strip without even going outside, or even walking on the street. Like, you can go, the hotels are all connected and stuff, so that's just a fun fact. There are so many people that you're going to meet that, if you're kind of an introvert or a little wallflower, now's your chance to really meet the people that you have been talking to on Facebook for a whole year. Like, go ahead and look at the map of the hotel, and set a little date to meet a friend that you have been talking to, like someone else from Team on Fire. It's just really cool to get to know some of these people on a personal level, because you see them on Facebook all the time, and like to talk to some of these leaders that they're really so down to earth. Like Deborah Basca, she's the sweetest lady, and Rose Lancaster, I could put her in my pocket. She's like this big. But it's so fun to finally meet people in person after you've been having all these conversations. There's shuttles when you go to and from the hotel and the airport. So when you get your baggage from the airport, you just go outside of the airport baggage claim, and there's a little kiosk, and you can buy a round trip right there. Keep your receipt for that, and then you just find the right company for the bus. They'll load you up. Tip the driver when he gets you to where you're going. Give him a couple bucks. And then on that receipt is a phone number. So the day before you fly out, you call that phone number. They will tell you, they'll ask you what time your flight is. You tell them. They will tell you what time that they're picking you up. So you don't have to worry about missing your flight, which we all know I have trouble with.
Oh my God.
We're not going there. But those drivers are really awesome, and this is what they do for a living, so they get their job done. The MGM Grand has an area right by the baggage claim, and you can check into your hotel room, so it might be easier to do it there rather than waiting in a giant line. You'll get your key and everything, and probably the last thing that I can think of right now, that save your receipts for everything. This is a business trip, so just about everything is tax deductible in some way. I'm not sure if I deducted the Michael Jackson show from last year. I probably did.
You can. Do you know why?
No.
I learned this. You can deduct things like that, because especially if you're conducting business within 24 hours of that event.
Yeah, see? Excellent. Excellent. I think I did claim it. Even things you buy in the core, parking at the airport, your gas to the airport. I mean, keep track of everything, because this is a big expense, but you claim everything, and it's well worth it. So I think that's everything on my list.
You can also claim your airfare if we didn't say that. But I have two final thoughts. I will be packing my food every single day for the lunches, just because I know for me, sitting in the chairs starts to just kind of bother me after so long that I love to just sit on the floor. Instead of running like everybody else is to either go up to their room or to like the food area, it's so neat to just go find a corner.
Yeah.
It is so incredibly calming. And use your transportation to and from Summit as a way of practicing forming. Just do it for fun and see what happens. On the plane, you'll meet people that are not Beachbody, and you can form them, and if you hear a need, it's okay for you to deliver a message and exchange information. Tracy and I have done that every trip. Every time I go somewhere, I make it a point to connect it with at least one person on the way there, one person on the way back, because there's people out there that we are sat next to, and I really think that there's a reason for that. So just starting conversation with them, you know, I remember, was it last year? Was that last year we got the free drink, or was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, Tracy and I ended up getting free drinks in the air from one of the flight attendants, and I ended up coming home with his information on a napkin because he saw my P90X blink tank. Don't be afraid to wear and share on those airplanes, because you might think it's going to be full of Beachbody people, but it's not necessarily going to be. So wear and share, and form people and fill needs on your way there. I also like to use the time to clean out my desktop. So if you're like me, that might be a good time. You're on there for a couple hours. You might as well clean it out, right? So, but yeah, that's it. And have fun. I mean, we don't want to give you a ton of stuff, but we hope that this calms some of your fears a little bit if this is your first time going to Summit. And if it's your second time and you have some ideas that you think might make it better, share those on our team page as well. We'll put some bullet points in a file there for you guys. But we can even share this on Team on Fire for people that are prepping as well. So,
and if you're in the Team on Fire Summit group, I know Heather Coy, she shared a really good list of things to pack. So I know a lot of people have been worried about bringing too much or bringing not enough. She made a really, really comprehensive list of things to pack that even included some stuff you wouldn't think of. So check that out.
Could you copy that maybe and put that in a file on our team page?
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. And then we could put the link under this recording in this, you know, from today. So that's perfect. Awesome. Okay. Well, hope you guys get a ton out of this, and congratulations to everybody who received a shout out and a Success Club point so far, and have a good week, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See you soon.
Thanks, Tracy.